you can use your intuition to create miracles in life. The hidden power of your mind is lying unused, and if you can utilize even 1% of it, you can create miracles in your life. After the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, Alexander Light writes this on Humans Are Free. He says, "I went and saw that except humans and domestic animals which were confined, no other creatures were dead. All animals, even the fishes, had sensed tsunami well in advance and migrated to safer places. Human beings are the most evolved creatures. Our intuition should be better than other animals. So what's happened to us? Well, the so-called 21st century human beings try to predict things based on small amount of data. Even if there are 1 million entries in your Excel sheets, it's negligible in comparison to the enormous data we have been storing in our mind through millions of years of the process of evolution. The functionality of our mind that computes this enormous data is called intuition. It's like a software, an app that computes thousands of years of data. So why is your intuition app not working? When your smartphone starts hanging, the technician tells you that there's not enough RAM in your phone. And for instance, if you have 1 gigabyte RAM in your phone and you're running 100 apps in it, your phone will start hanging. Your apps will not work smoothly. You need to delete or disable some of the apps and free your RAM. Equivalent of RAM in your mind is perception. If you want your intuition app to work, you need to free up your perception. But how? By disabling some of the other apps in your mind that are consuming your perception. You will be surprised to know that you are running thousands of apps in your mind all the time. So let's take a look at them. There's an app in your mind that tells you who is your family and who is not. This app has all the data related to your interactions with your family. There's an app in your mind that tells you which is your country and which is not. At the mention of your country's name, this app pulls out all the related data. There's an app which shapes your opinions about people. There's an app which holds your likes and dislikes with things. There's an app which defines your fears. There's an app which holds your prejudices, and so on. So in short, all these hundreds of apps collectively make you who you are. These apps are so integrated with you that you can't imagine yourself without any of them. They seem to be built-in apps. They keep running in the background all the time and consume all your perception. You know that inbuilt apps in your phone cannot be deleted, but they can be disabled. Similarly, inbuilt apps of your mind can't be deleted. If you delete them, you lose your identity. You become shunya, or nothingness. But the inbuilt apps can be disabled temporarily to free the perception. And once in a while, even animals disable all their apps to let their intuition app function, which can predict big dangers like earthquakes and tsunamis. But we human beings keep thousands of apps running all the time, so our intuition app fails to run. If you can disable these thousands of apps even for a few seconds every day, your intuition app will be able to run and guide you in your life. Your intuition app is very powerful if you can get it running. You can use it to solve problems in life, to detect flaws in your plans before they become failures, to recognize and seize opportunities to meet the right people who can make your life better, to predict questions before they come to exam or interview, or to better your relationships, to influence people, to orient your body energy towards health and happiness, and so on. You can do an experiment before going to sleep. Read chapter 3 of Immortal Books. The name of this chapter is Describing the Indescribable, and this chapter is as interesting as a bedtime story. Beginners may have to read it multiple times to start the cleansing process, and going through this chapter is like a meditation. It'll automatically disable all the unnecessary apps in your mind. Even if 1% of unnecessary apps get disabled, lots of perception will be freed, and your intuition app will start to function. Not everyone can understand the secrets revealed in this chapter. To prevent misuse, it's described in such a way that you cannot understand it without reading chapters 1 and chapters 2. And the 2 chapters will detach you so much from the world that there will be no greed left in any corner of your mind. Then it's safe to read chapter 3, and where there is no greed, this secret cannot be misused. And when there is greed, this chapter cannot be understood. If you haven't read it, it's a rare book. Even once, you should read it fully before exploring the depths of chapter 3, and you can order it on Amazon, they said. So this is, the author's name is Shunya, which means nothingness or emptiness, because this book is authored by monks who don't identify themselves with any name. It's like we're saying written by Anonymous, for example. This is by medium.com, and it's on Humans Are Free. Now, I haven't read this book, and I don't know what it's about, but I know the best way to start and get on your way to miracles is by prayer to our Lord Jesus Christ, God. Thank you for your support, and God bless you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.